Hi everybody, this is Paul Badane from Rubin and Badane Law, your Social Security disability law firm. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the Social Security disability derivative benefit. Now, last week we talked to you about the differences between SSD and SSI and how this derivative benefit is one of the big benefits for SSD. So what is a derivative benefit? A derivative benefit is an extra amount, normally it's an extra 50%, that a person receives for having a minor child or minor children. So, for example, let's say a person receives approximately $1,600 per month for SSD. If they have one minor child or if they have 10 minor children, they get approximately 50% extra for the children. That's 50% whether it's 1 or 10. Same amount. So if that individual was receiving $1,600 per month, they would receive an extra $800 for the kids or the child if there's only one. And that would be a total of $2,700 per month. So what is the criteria to get the derivative benefit, and what are the rules for that? Well, of course, the first rule is that you're on SSD and you're receiving it. The second rule is that your benefit usually must be right about $1,000 a month or more in order to get that full 50% extra benefit for the kids. Number 3, you must have minor children that you are the primary custodian of. If you are not the primary custodian of the child, then it would go to the other parent or whoever has primary custody of the child or the children. And also, that extra 50% benefit is the same whether you have 1 or 5 children. If it's one child, using the same example we used before, you get the extra $800 for that particular child. If you have, let's say, you have 4 children, 4 minor children, then each child will broken down between $200 for each child for a total of $800. It's not like you would get $800 for each child. It's just the maximum of 50% divided up between the amount of children that you have. So, also another rule for the derivative benefit, in addition to the child being a minor and being in that person's custody, is that the child either must be a biological child or a legally adopted child of that custodian parent that is on the parent that is on SSD. So unfortunately, step kids, or you wouldn't get the derivative benefit for them, or if you have custody of another child that might be your niece, your nephew, your cousin, you wouldn't get the derivative benefit for them. It could only be 2 situations: a biological child or a child that has been legally adopted by the SSD benefit, the individual that is on SSD. So one other big benefit for the derivative benefit is that, like SSD, that derivative benefit can go retroactive for 1 year from when an individual files for SSD, if they are found disabled, back to that date. So in addition to, like the example we used before, the $1,600 that can go retro for 12 months, so would that $800 for the child or the children. And as long as that person remains on SSD, that extra derivative benefit would last until your either one minor child or the last of all your minor children turns 18 or graduates high school, whichever happens last.